Baldwin and Puff Johnson. Guys, first and foremost, thanks for being with us. Mike, you look at those numbers, great reason for optimism. Also, when you look back on last year, what do you take away in terms of the build and the growth that you saw in your first year?
Well, because of these two guys and their teammates, I just think we had some great moments of growth and some signature wins. Just built momentum moving forward, moving the program forward. We're chasing some great programs in the Big Ten, and that's our plan. And these guys have done a great job from year one to year two of, hey, be ready to go.
I know you can't just measure that growth in wins and losses. That ultimately is how fans decide it, whether you get into the tournament. But from a coach's perspective, how else do you measure whether this team is trending in the direction where you want it to be headed?
Yeah, well, the culture of work, that's the biggest thing we talk about. Every day are we putting the work in every day to make the program better and to a point where people don't want to play us. And I think at times last year, especially in Big Ten play, we weren't an easy out. And we got some teams, but we also, we set the expectation moving forward for this year and other years of what we're capable of doing.
And you mentioned that these two guys are a big reason why Ace Baldwin, Puff Johnson. Help me introduce them, share a little bit about them to those watching. Let's start with Ace.
Well, Ace is, a typical point guard from Baltimore, the city of Baltimore. It's somebody I've watched since his freshman year in high school, and we've been on this really cool journey and watching him grow and mature to a leader and to one of the best point guards in the country. I'm glad he's on my team. And I've known Puff for a long time. Heck, I recruited his brother to Rice and watched Puff grow and being a Pennsylvania guy, a Pittsburgh guy, and he's great pride in where he's from and all that stuff. And these two guys are, number one, they're great leaders. They set the example every day, the way they approach it and all that. But they care about the guys on their team. And that has really helped us this offseason. And to have these two guys in their last year be here with me at Penn State, I'm looking forward to making a special run with them.
Ace, Coach Rhoades described it as a journey that you and he have taken together. What's this relationship been like through a couple of different schools in multiple years?
It's been great. Coach is like a father figure to me. He always been there for me. Even when my dad passed away, Coach was always there. He'd call my phone every day. And like I said, he's like a father figure.
So for you, when you have a guy like that as the head coach, how much does that relationship help you, knowing that you are going to be the leader of this team, and when you're on the floor, you're the guy that everybody else is looking at?
It helps out a lot because Coach trusted me and I trust him, and that's the reason why I came here, because of loyalty, and I trust him.
Puff, when you look at your role on this roster, what do you think it is ideally, not just for you, but for the team to have the biggest benefit? What are you doing in that position?
For sure, just trying to lead the team in any way possible. I've seen a lot of college basketball. I've been on really good teams, and I've been on teams that have underachieved. So just help lead and just help being a fifth-year senior. I've played a lot of college basketball. I've played in a lot of big moments, so I can just teach the young guys and just help them understand how college basketball works. There's going to be a lot of ups and downs, but you got to stay the course, put your head down, and keep on working.
It doesn't get bigger than a national title game. So what is the golden thread, if there is one, amongst those teams that are able to find that chemistry, the teams that understand how to get together and play together to be their best?
It's every single day showing up and giving it your all, no matter what, no matter how you're feeling, no matter what the result was in practice the day before, no matter what the result was in the game before. You just always got to approach every single day like it's a new day and don't take any day for granted, and just an appreciation for where you are and appreciation for what you have, because you have it nice here, and so you just got to keep on working, put your head down, keep on working, and good things will result from hard workers.
And not just playing offense, but playing defense, and this guy is one of the best in the country at that. Coach Rhoades, you said you want to be a team that other teams don't want to play against. No one wants to have the ball if Ace is anywhere near. So how much of defense is instinct? How much is scouting? How much is simply wanting the ball more than the other guy?
I say scouting had to do help a lot, and I just want to say, I'm sorry, can you repeat your question? I'm sorry.
Yeah, just about your defensive ability and what you're able to do. Like, what leads to your ability? Other guys don't want to have the ball near you. You're as good as anybody in this country at taking the ball away. What allows you to be such a good defender?
I say my mentality is different. The game changing, and a lot of guys want to score, and they think if you score, you get to the next level. I want to be different. I want to just set a trend on playing defense.
We got Raphael Davis is somewhere over here, former Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year. You guys need to get together and play some defense. But Coach Rhoades, I'm sure that for you, from a coach's perspective, to have the leader on your team be a guy who lives and breathes on the defensive side probably makes it a little bit easier to get through practice.
Oh, without a doubt. I would love to say it's the coaching that made him a great defensive player, but it's not. He has an innate ability to anticipate stuff. He would have been an unbelievable D-back. That's just he sees plays before it happens.
Careful, you never know if Coach Franklin's listening.
I think he would do it too. He would do it too. But I just think he has an innate ability to steal the ball, to get a deflection. His feet and his body moves quick. And I just, he's always been like that. When I started recruiting him, he could take the ball off anyone. But I also think he, just maturity-wise, Ace has done a great job of respecting the scout report, use the scout report to be a little bit better. And then in practice, he sets the tone in practice when we're on the defensive end. And I think right from day one, they knew how important that was going to be, because the head of the snake on our team, he's going to play defense. He's going to guard the other team's best player, and his mentality, and it's carried over to everybody.
I think your defense was there pretty much every night, with maybe one or two exceptions a year ago. Offensively, how do you get to the spot where you want to be on a consistent level?
Yeah, I think a year of growth of these guys. These two guys, I think, and Zach Hicks had maybe the best summers of anybody on our team in their seniors, and that says a lot. More comfortable the way we're going to play, but we also recruited more handlers, more shooting, more size to compete and do what we need to do. But we got to play more free. We got to play and let our hair down and go. And we're always going to guard and play really hard on defense and try to steal the ball to create offense. But I just think our offense with more depth is going to get better this year.
What about your take on that, Puff? From an offensive perspective, when you guys are flowing, when you're playing really well on the offensive side, what does it look like?
When we're flowing, we're hard to stop on offense. When we're playing free, we're really hard to stop. And you complement that with the type of defense we play, really active, really going at you. It's going to be hard for a lot of teams to keep up with that pace. And so our biggest thing is we just got to keep on trusting our abilities, and Coach Rhoades gets us all the freedom in the world to do what we want. He lets us play our game, so we just got to trust in our abilities and make plays and go out there and ultimately get wins.
Ace, is on the offensive side where you feel like you can maybe take an extra step this year and see the biggest area of growth?
Yes, I think I just need to be a little bit more aggressive this year and just get the other guys involved.
Coach, when you start to look at this schedule as a whole, it can be quite daunting. Are you a one game ahead of time kind of guy with you and your staff as you kind of get ready for a season that no one has really been through before?
Yeah, without a doubt. It's all coaches say that, right? The cliche, one game at a time and all that. But this is what we signed up for. This is why we recruited guys like this. Is we're on the biggest stage in college basketball and the best conference in college basketball, and now we want to put our mark on the league. And so we're not apologizing for what we're trying to do or how we're going about it and how we're going to be bold and different than maybe others. But that's the fun of being in the Big Ten. And some people thought I was crazy. And I look at it the other way around. How much fun is this going to be? Get guys like these two guys and get some teammates for these guys that have that mentality. And let's see, let's see what happens. If we're going to bet on anyone else, on anybody, we're betting on us. So let's do it.
You are returning the second most production in the Big Ten, but that doesn't mean that you had a slow off season, if there is such a thing as an off season. What was the philosophy for you and your staff on both the traditional recruiting side and the transfer portal?
Well, number one is it's all about getting better, right? We got to get the program better in all facets of how we do things. These guys, even though they're fifth-year guys, they got to get better. So the younger guys get better, develop everybody, but also have a plan as a coaching staff to go out and get the best players we can get that fit our character, our needs, and that are going to go to class every day and represent Penn State the right way. But when it's time to put on the uniform, just ultra competitive guys that want to pass everybody out, chase everybody, and then pass everybody out. And I know that formula has always worked for me, and I believe it's going to work at Penn State.
For the players, did you guys have a chance to really kind of dive in after the schedule was released to see road trips that you're going to be going on and any that you're particularly excited about?
No, not really. I'm just looking forward to the season.
These guys want to go. They're going.
They want to play. They want to play everywhere.
Yeah, but they're also going. They know they're going to Cali. He'll be wearing his shorts and his. Puff will have his designer clothes on for Rodeo Drive. But the neat thing about our schedule, the places you get to play.
Yep.
And I try to give these guys. We did it last year, a history lesson of some of the arenas they're going in and some of the greatest players in all of college basketball.
Look at this, Mike. I mean, could you pick a better time than February 8th and 11th to leave State College and go to the coast? You get Pauley Pavilion and then USC?
Yeah, I don't have any board shorts, but I might have to get some. So I just think that's why you do this. That's the fun of it, and you could twist it any way you want. These guys, 18 to 22-year-olds, go and play college basketball all over the country and represent Penn State. That's pretty cool, man.
Yep. And I know these two guys will be huge contributors. Who else, whether they be returnees or guys that we'll see for the first time in the white and blue, have to have big years for you?
Our other seniors, of course, Nick Kern and Zach Hicks are honorable mention guys last year. DeMarco Dunn. We need those 5 seniors to lead the way, and they have. They've had great summers, great falls. They've done a great job here in the first week of practice. But Yannick Niederhauser is our big guy that, we're really excited about him. He's going to impact us. Eli Rice, a transfer from Nebraska, is going to impact our program. Freddie Dillon from Tennessee, guy I recruited really hard in the past. I mean, we're bigger, we're faster, we got more shooting, so we could play our style that we want longer because we're going to be deeper.
Really look forward to watching you guys this coming season. Mike Rhoades, Ace Baldwin, Puff Johnson. Guys, thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you.